gentlemen, may I have your attention? Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Because one thing says I'm playing, one thing say I'm offline. We don't know, but we know it's been a lot of technical issues going on with this internet and a lot of things concerned with the internet. It looked like my head chopped off. I'm supposed to have a guest on today. Y'all know we improvise when we can't get our I guess can't show up. We have to improvise. So today, I was just getting ready to prepare for this interview, and one of my friends, um, my my sweetheart, um, was calling me, and I said, you know what? Since you've been writing from behind these walls, we might as well just go ahead and allow you to join the 100 Authors Movement. So today, y'all gonna get to meet Cornell, and Cornell is going to be sharing a little bit about what he's going to be doing in 2025, using his writing and his knowledge of the laws and his knowledge of what has been going on behind these prison walls for the last 30 years. You're going to get an opportunity to find out what he's going to be up to. You've heard him on Shanette's show, and y'all have heard him on this show a couple of times. So before I jump in, because sometimes we get distracted, and in adapting, we get distracted. So in adapting for this interview, for this show, it's really not going to be an interview, but it's just going to be a show. Um, I did not get a chance to do my little intros and to talk about why we are here today. So I'm going to pause for a moment. And for those that may not know who I am, I'm going to introduce myself. So I am affectionately known as the Queen of Collaborations. I am Angela Thomas Smith. Um, my whole thing is to be the change that I desire to see in this world. So everything that you see me do, everything that you engaging with me. It's all about legacy, all about creating legacy, all about leaving something behind, paying it forward, and trying to help my sisters and my brother thrive and go to the next level. So today, we were supposed to have Unique Parker, who is one of the 100 authors to watch in 2025. She's also one of the co-hosts that's going to be a part of um, our grief podcast over on the Crew Podcast. And she is one of the amazing hosts over on the network that I am a part of, the WBNN network that I am a part of. And you guys, if you can, tune in tonight, 9:30 over at Talk Shoe Radio. I will be on tonight. And one of the hosts from the Crew Podcast is going to be my special guest, Charita Harris. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. Our topic is stepping in purpose. But today, while I have a chance, I want to introduce you to where we introduced to some and introduced to others. Cornell Jackie Drummer, who is a incarcerated author that is going to be a part of the 100 author movement. He has penned a couple poems inside several of the anthologies that we have out. We co-authored a book together. It's a urban fiction book that we were touching on some things that go on within the prison system and that is going on within the state of Texas. But yeah, I'm gonna move out the way and allow Mr. Drummer to come on. He is not going to be on visually, but you guys will be able to hear him. So I'm going to allow him to come on audible so you guys can hear him. Mr. Drummer, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here, ma'am. And how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine this afternoon. This afternoon here, actually, it's 1:10.
Yes, ma'am. Of course.
So if you would briefly share with the listeners a little bit about who you are and why you chose writing to be an outlet for you.
Okay. My name is Cornell Drummer. I'm a Texas prison inmate for 34 years. And, since growing up and, going to school, I've always, been told to, regain my education, get your education, because education is very important. And as I was growing up, I never realized how important education was because I ended up, getting in trouble and stuff like this until one day I did realize how important education was. So once I started, teaching myself how to learn how to read and write and to realize that, I was somebody, I started learning how to become, somebody who realized that I had a voice. So to have a voice, I had to figure out how to, make my voice seen and heard by people around the world. So I started writing, little poems and books and stuff like this to be able to, see what I could do. So with that being said, I took passion in writing and learning how to, do short stories and poems and stuff like that so that people can understand the importance and the dynamics of, poem writing and book writing and advertising and stuff like that, man. So, it became something I like to do. And with that being said, since being incarcerated and now I have become, an author for the news magazine. I've become a writer for the, Spine Authors magazine. I've become, somebody who has a voice. And since this time, like I say, I'll be, enjoying what I do. And that's what I do, man. I enjoy writing books and little short stories and stuff like that to become somebody with a voice, man.
Right. Well, we have our original guest for today joining us. So I'm going to allow her to come up as well. And we're just going to continue this interview since you are also a part of the 100 Author movement. But this is what we do. Sometimes we just have to adapt and do what we have to do to make what we're doing work. You are intentional about the things that you want to do in this world. You have to adapt, and then sometimes we are put in situations where we have no choice but to adapt. So I'm going to bring um welcome Unique. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine. I can't complain.
Well, I'm glad
Um,
I joined the show.
like my mom used to tell me when I was little, and that thing has stuck with me for 31 years. She used to tell me, she say, honey, that's just like using the restroom on yourself, being mad, being angry, being upset, all these different emotions that we feel, and we think that other people feel them when we don't. She said that's just like using the bathroom on yourself. Don't nobody feel that but you. And I tell you, that thing stuck with me. It stuck with me all these years, and I can't carry a lot of stuff with me for that reason, right there.
You're right about that. We just have to push through it and press through it and let God
So
lead. Go ahead.
that's it. That's it. Well, if you would, I want you to share with those that are tuned in a little bit about your journey as a author and how did you get here to join the 100 author movement.
I I've been. My name is first and foremost. My name is Little Parker, Little Unique Parker, um, and my purpose is my praise. And I'm in the medical field, and I work diligently to make everything fall in place for me and others around me. How I ended up on this journey was that I collaborated in three of Angela Thomas Smith's book, and the first one I collaborated in was Footprints in the Sand. The second one I collaborated in was 121 Days of Prayer, and the other one, the last release, was Eternal Echoes. And I enjoyed that journey of being collaboration with you and the other authors that's in the book. I'm a first time author. I became an author this year, and through you giving me the opportunity to push forth in my purpose and praise. And I enjoy this journey that I'm taking. I'm going to let God lead me and guide my footsteps. No matter what's around me, I drown out all the distractions and just push forth in everything that I'm going to do this upcoming year.
So as you are transitioning to a solo author this year that you're going to be releasing your solo project, could you share with us what that journey has been like, transitioning from being a part of others anthology and moving into your own.
In this journey that I'm taking, and I try not to get emotional behind it because I've lost so much, but I've gained so much. And my book that's coming out is Bruised but Yet Not Broken. And it's a part of my life because bruises are superficial. Things will come upon you in your everyday life that will bruise you and try to break your spirit and try to make you feel like you less than. And sometimes in your journey, you have to remove all toxic things. I won't say that the enemy won't fight you daily. It's a test that you have to take. You have to just keep moving toward the mark and what God leads you on your path. Everybody ain't gonna be able to go where you go. Everybody ain't gonna understand why you doing what you doing, and everybody ain't gonna be your friend. Everybody ain't gonna clap for you. Everybody that you think that's in your corner ain't gonna be in your corner, but you got to keep pushing no matter what. And that's what my book is about: the hurt, the pain, the struggles, the disappointments, the shade that was been thrown, people disconnecting from you for whatever reason. You know, some people want to be a part of your life and some don't. Some just want you to fund their lifestyle, but it's still bruises. You help them and you go above and beyond, but that don't mean that they gonna do the same for you. So that's still a bruise.
So what would you say to that person? So we have Cornell on as well, and Cornell being a incarcerated author, um, some of the things that you're experiencing or that you're sharing that you may have experienced is some of the same things that a lot of these incarcerated individuals share with us. But when they are incarcerated, it seems like it's double on them. So, what would you say to someone that is trying to venture out on this journey? They've shared as co-authors, but now they want to venture out as a solo author like yourself. But it's like they're battling themselves um, because of their current situation. So, could you not just Cornell, but any
Everybody,
other
any other
incarcerated
person.
person that may be having those issues?
How what I would tell them is that when God give you something in the middle of the night, if you got a pad, a pencil, whatever comes to you, write it down because it's not going those same thoughts ain't going to may not be there with you, and you let your divine and your higher power give you the strength to endure anything that might come upon you. It's not going to be a walk in the park. I know that. I had to learn that. Sometimes in the midnight hour, I get up and just start writing because that's when God speaks to me more, when I'm alone and when I'm away from all the distractions. And what's in your inner being, God will give you that strength to put it on paper and push forth and let others and teach others and give others wisdom that they can make it, because there's always sunshine in the next day, and there's brighter days
Wow.
ahead.
So Cornell, um, what are some things that you are considering writing about? I know that you have written about in some of the poems touched on some of the things that you have witnessed being incarcerated. You witnessed inside, um, drug abuse and just different things of that nature. So, as a solo writer, what would you be focused on, and who is your targeted audience?
Okay, my targeted audience is the youth and individuals who have suffered, like she was just given a list of the things that she got published in her book. And I felt everything she was saying about the negativities and, the positivities, the do's and the don'ts of her book. And, I felt everything that she was just listing a while ago. And these are the things that, people around the world need to know, that, we have people in this world going through things, but if we allow ourselves to focus on the negative, we'll never see the positive. So in my journey, I would love to write about, finding love, finding God, understanding, the positive things that God has given us the power and the knowledge and understanding to focus on and do. And, as of right now, justice reform thing, because there's been a misplacing of what the criminal justice really stands for. Justice, we never find justice. Why? Because of all the misinterpretations of what justice stands for. Okay, as far as mental health issues, thousands and thousands and millions of people suffering from mental and how do we mental issues? Now, first, I individual in order to identify what they're going through. Just because a
Right.
person's normal don't mean that that person is normal. So with that being said, we as people have to look at each other and try to, communicate with each other and understand and love each other for who we are, who God has created us to. So it's my journey that I would love to connect with other people in these things, able to write about things that people know that better get people, God is like she said, we have to stay focused, stay put in God, man.
Right. So, unique being a part of 100, how would you use something like that platform to help expand your brand and to reach the communities that you are trying to reach?
I would be on social media. I will get out like I do. I talk to the less fortunate. I talk to the homeless. I talk to everybody that uh, I come in contact with. It's no respectable person. A lot of people feel like that just because a person is homeless, that they don't have a voice. They have a voice as well because nobody knows what made them become homeless. It could be because of a loss of a job. It could be a spouse passing. It could be because they lost of a child and they just went into a state of depression where they just wanted to just give up on everything. But you have to reassure that person and let them know that God's loved them and so do I. I don't care if you're born on the street living under a bridge. I'm still gonna love you for who you are, not what your living conditions, or if you're not living in a mansion or you're not driving a car that everybody in quote unquote in the society feel like you should look like. It's not about that. It's about how you pour love into other people and they know that it's genuine.
Wow. So what are some things that you have coming up that maybe we can follow and support, and how can we follow and support the things that you are doing right now?
You can follow me on Facebook at Unique Parker, and my background is a sunflower. You can contact me uh, by calling me. My number is 682-215-9929. And somebody hacked into my email, but you can reach me at little1988 at att.net. And if I don't get back with you that day, or I will get back with you sometime during the week. I always try to reach out and let people know that I care and I'm just not overlooking them. Yes, yes, I am. Yes, ma'am. I'm on WBNN from Fresh from Nigeria, Ngozi Nation Multimedia. And my show is coming up on the 18th of this month. On every third week in the month. And if they want to listen to the show ID is the show telephone number can be reached at 605-562-0444 or 717-734-6904. And you can press 1 to join the show. And if you want to speak and tell you whatever you want to say, you push star 2. But yes, I'm on every third week of the month on WBNN. Okay. Okay. Ah,
My mic moving. I see my hands.
yeah, I
Maybe
see
y'all can
you
see me
moving.
now.
I see. I
Well,
see.
I don't know. Can you see me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see and hear you.
Okay. So that's what the enemy do. But the imps get no, they have no power, they have no control. We keep it pressing. This is what happens when you're doing positive things and you're doing what we call walking in purpose. Um, of course, I'm going to be on tonight over on the WBNN. I am on that network as well. But enough about me. We're talking about these two amazing authors that are part of the 100 authors movement. Again, when we have issues and stuff, we just have to learn how to adapt. And in adapting, I want to give a hands out and a pat on the back to Unique because she was at work and she had to adapt to some situations and she still wanted to be a part of the 100 authors movement and come on and share a little bit about her brand and what she's doing. So we had to adapt and multitask and do what we had to do to get here. So and that is being intentional about those things that you want to do in this world. When there's something that you want to do, then my mama used to tell me, where there's a will, there's a way. So if you want to, you will get there. So she wanted to be a part of this, so she got here. Even though we were late, I didn't know if she was going to be able to make it. So I had to adapt. So I got Cornell to come on. So we just making it work. And the enemy didn't want us to share. So that's why he messing with the computers. But see, I've learned on this journey. So I'm never just with one anymore. I say I always got to have 2, 3 computers on hand just in case. I'll never be in this situation again. If I got to jump off and jump on so that I can make sure that these things happen, that's what we do. So y'all learning that through the process, things like this may happen. But what we do, we press on. So back to our interview. So we're gonna pick up where we left off, and we're talking about Unique transitioning from a author, a co-writer to a solo author. She was giving some advice to Cornell, who is incarcerated, in writing his book and things of that nature, and staying focused on what you're called and purpose to do. Um, in connecting and collaborating, how have that played a role in your authorship, Unique? And while she's talking about that, Cornell, I want you to think about that as well as being an incarcerated author. How connecting and collaborating have played a part in you being able to do the things that you're able to do from behind prison walls. So, Unique, the floor is yours.
Okay, how it's built me is I can say that, Angela, you are a queen, and I admire you so much because you gave me the opportunity when no one else did. And a lot of times my thoughts be there, but we get sidetracked and get the rambling, and you always teaches us to be on point no matter what's going on. Stay focused. Sometimes, yes, I will be the first to admit, yes, sometimes it seems like you being a hard ass, but you're really not. If you didn't feel like a person had potential, or you didn't see anything in that person, you wouldn't even deal with them in a sense. But one thing you are teaching us, and you have taught me by me collaborating with you, is to stay focused, stay motivated, remove all the distractions. Everybody ain't gonna love you. Everybody ain't gonna be your friend. It's things that you got to do. What you feel, put it in your writing. And by you're helping me be a better me. So I have to always clap for you when you can't clap for yourself, because sometimes you be so overwhelmed with everything that's going on that we have to step in to fill the gaps when you can't. So that's how I feel coming out of collaborations going on to my solo author career, because you have taught me so much, and you're still to teach me. I'm still a learning in progress, so I can't take all the credit for myself. I got to give you your flowers while you live, because when you gone, you cannot smell them. A lot of people may not, but I know what you mean to me. I might not get a chance to talk to you every day, or have a conversation with you, but I just want to let you know, where others might fall off, disconnect, or whatever, I'm going to always look to you for advice and let you lead me when I don't understand something. And I just want to let you know I love you, and I appreciate everything that you have done for me in my life. I can't speak for nobody else. I can only speak for Unique.
Amen. Amen. I mean, that's it. That, I mean, that's it. And I think someone shared yesterday, and sharing our stories and sharing our stuff is sharing authentically, and being authentic at everything that we do. And I can't be nobody else. I have a hard time trying to figure out exactly who it is that I'm supposed to be, because don't nobody know who we are but the one that created us. We still trying to figure out what we supposed to be doing on this journey. So Cornell, if you could answer that question, I got a couple of more questions, and then we gonna go ahead and get on out of here so I can get ready for our next interview.
Okay.
So if you can answer that question for me as well.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to incorporate everything she just said because what she just said is very important. Ma'am, since becoming a part of the Cool Podcast, ma'am, I have come to realize, ma'am, that I have a voice. And because I have a voice, I become a book author. I become a book writer. I become a person of dignity, a person of, a responsibility. And my responsibility is to be that voice, that advocate. And since this time, ma'am, I have become to be a co-host of the Let's Talk About It show, which in 2025 we will be called the Stand for Justice, which means that if we cannot stand together for something, we stand alone for nothing. And my co-host, Mrs. Jeanette Johnson, is a very positive and influential person. And I love her very much, you know what I'm saying? Because she too is a very outspoken person who has a voice. And she wants her voice to be heard too. And yes, I would love to be standing right there next to her, advocating for those that's less fortunate, those behind prison walls, and not just behind prison walls, but those in this world suffering with any type of, issue that, needs to be heard. So with that being said, ma'am, like I said, I thank you very much, Ms. Smith, for everything that you have taught me, because I've learned a lot from you. And I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And I will continue my journey in 2025 to become an advocate, and as well, not only just an advocate, but a continuing book writer, ma'am, and author. So thank
Well,
you very much, ma'am, for everything that you have done.
Well, thank you. Thank you, and thank you for stepping in today and allowing us to share you. Again, I'm gonna let Cornell leave so that I can finish the interview with Unique, because I have a couple of more questions that I want to ask her about the movement and getting involved as an author on the outside. I'm excited to have these authors that we're going to be working with that are incarcerated, giving them an opportunity to share their voice, giving them an opportunity, because oftentimes individuals that are incarcerated, they get in a space where they feel that no one on the outside hears them, understands them, or love them. And I want them to know that that is not true, that we all make mistakes and we cannot judge. We have no hell or no heaven to put anyone in, and that everybody should be given a second chance. If we can give Donald Trump a second chance, then every single person should be given a second chance. And furthermore, Jesus paid the price for us. He paid the price for us when he hung on that cross. When he hung on that cross, everything that we needed, everything, it was done. And he paid that price for us. So I'm excited to have these amazing authors that have decided to join the movement, even in the midst of all that they're going through. Wrongfully incarcerated, overly incarcerated, but yet they found a space to share. So Cornell, thank you for jumping on and sharing with us. Is there anything you would like to share before you leave?
Well, ma'am, I would just like to again to say thank you very much for this opportunity to let everyone know that Cornell Drake Drummond and Mrs. Jeanette Johnson will be advocates group in 2025, and that our voices will be heard because we're going to do everything in our power to have our voices heard for the thousands and hundreds of millions of people around the world. Thank you very much, Ms. Ma'am, for having me on your show.
All right, thank you. Have a great day. So, thank you for even sharing your show. Again, I am that person that if I don't know what's going on, and I didn't know, she was at work and she was pressing trying to get here, she didn't know what it was going to be. So we always got to have a B, and sometimes we got to have that C in place just in case, because we never know what's going to happen. But I really want to dive into um bringing some awareness to your brand and giving people the opportunity to truly connect with Unique. Um, Bruised yet not broken. That speaks volumes in so many different ways. I know eventually, in the beginning, you wanted individuals to be a part of the project, but it seemed like it was hard trying to get individuals to join the project. So you decided to do a total solo project. And in doing this, what have your creative process been like?
I go, my creative process is, it's not about me. It's about helping others. No matter what I go through in my everyday life, I can't let it affect the people that I'm trying to help. Yes, some, it don't always look the way it is. And sometimes people, they look at the outer appearance and not just you as an individual. They judge you without even knowing what you've been through.
Right.
And through every bruise and every challenge we go through, it makes us stronger. I've been bruised several times before this interview. I got bruised right before Thanksgiving on the 21st of November, right before Thanksgiving. I went to the hospital, seen my niece. She said, I'll get a chance to come home for the holidays. Before I could make it home, we had to turn around and go back. She died. She passed. Then, right after my niece passed, the next week, my aunt passed. So I have so many bruises that I don't talk about, but I don't let it affect how I love people. I don't let it affect how I connect with people. My peace is my purpose. My peace is priceless. And I don't let other people's drama affect what I'm going through or how I'm going to help pour into somebody else, because one bruise that we all go through is that everybody wants you to fill their bucket with water, but then they put holes in your bucket and want the water to run out for your bucket to never be filled. But through it all, we have to just keep pressing. And one thing that I know is I don't want anything that I say or do bruise anybody. I want it to be able to be a helpmate to somebody. And I don't waste my time on lonely, unreasonable people that don't want to move forward. I
Right.
don't waste my time or breath on explanations. I don't do it anymore, because everybody gonna have a opinion. But the strongest thing that I can do for myself is when I see that nobody wants to change, I remain silent. If you remain
Well, I'm
silent, you
excited.
can see what
I'm
everybody
excited to
is
have you
thinking.
a part of the 100 authors movement because I'm listening to everything that you're saying. I'm listening and processing um what you're saying, and everything that you're saying you don't want, that's not going to be happening over here because we're here to collaborate. We're here to network. We're here to support. It's not about competition. It's not
Right,
about it's not about contests. It's not about seeing who can reach the most milestones. If
right,
we reach
right,
milestones, we're cheering for each other to reach
right,
milestones.
right,
It's all about us being that change that we desire to see in this world. And one thing I've learned on this journey, life, I'm about to be 50. So what I have learned on this journey of life is that all of us, we have some areas where we are weak. So in those areas where we are weak, there may be somebody in this circle that may be able to lift me up. I don't know everything, And I was sharing with Bishop Happy Feet today. He thought I'm just savvy, tech savvy person. I'm not. And a lot of people see me doing a lot of this stuff. They think that I just know so much about um graphics and all this stuff. I'm able to do what I do because he has shown favor upon me, and he allowed me to come in contact with different people that show me different things. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be helpmates one to another. If I'm weak in the area, there should be people around me that are strong in those areas where I'm weak that can lift me up. And
That's
that's
true.
what the 100 Authors Movement is about. It's about those things. Like, there was an author that did not know that, if you put your book here, you do this, you do that, your book can be in this library, your book can be in this library. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to charge people for everything. I'm pouring into the group. I'm sharing different things that you can get for free. If you just willing to do it, if you just willing to just submit the paperwork, fill out the form, read this, read that. That's it. You don't have to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars to to get your name out there if you're just willing to do the work. People want to know who you are. They don't care about all the stuff that we may put out here. They want to know who you are and how they can relate to you. And once they are able to relate to you and connect to you, they'll buy anything you put out there before them. I've had people tell me that. So these are some things that we're going to be learning. These are some things that we're going to be incorporating. We're going to be doing virtual events. We're going to be doing live events. We're going to be getting together. We're going to be coming from these social media sites. We're going to be getting together, and we're going to be pushing each other. We're going to be stepping outside our boxes. So outside the comfort zone is where we're going. And if it's 27 authors, 50 authors, or if we get the 100 authors, how many of the authors it is, those are the ones that we are pushing, and those are the ones that we are going to be doing throughout 2025. So we family. So ain't no competition, ain't no none of that. Not with the 100 Authors Movement. Um, welcome aboard. I look forward to working with you guys. I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to share and allow individuals to allow their voice and the message that God has placed with them within them get out, because we all have a purpose. There's something that we're all supposed to be doing that makes this universe this universe. So that is that. And thank you again,
You're so
because I know it was
welcome.
challenging getting on here, but thank you for your sacrifice on today. Again, share with them quickly how they can reach out to you.
They can reach out to me. My telephone number is 682 215 9929. My email address is little1988 at att.net. They can also follow me on WBNN, Ngozi Multimedia. The telephone that I'm on every third week in the month, and they can tune in. And I would always post on my Facebook page, Unique Parker, and I can follow me. They can follow me there. They can email me. They can call me. They can reach out. And like I said, if I don't get back with you that same day, I will reach back to you because I know everybody has busy schedules. So I will reach back as soon as possible. You can text me, leave a voicemail, whatever, but I will reach out. And I let everybody know I love each and every one that's on the podcast. Even though I don't haven't met everybody, in time I will see their faces. And I want God to always bless you, Angela.
Well, I thank you for stopping by and sharing on today. I truly have been blessed, and you're more than welcome to come back anytime as a guest. But we know that you will be on um, as a co-host for the grief podcast. Our
Yes,
first show is going to
ma'am.
be in March, so we look forward to that, and we just look forward to see what all God has in store for you for 2025. And welcome to the 100 Author Movement.
Thank you. Love you, and you have a blessed day.
You do the same. You do the same. You do the same. And I want to thank everyone that has tuned in on today. Thank you.